If she's talking, shut up. I'm sorry, that was kind of rude. If she's talking, be quiet. I'm sorry, let me keep with the theme. If she's talking, shut the fuck up. You're listening to The Real Spill with Leela Loves on Exhale Radio, Sounds of Generations. How do you excel? Today's show, we got through the healing. Today's show, we're moving the conversation to applying the systems that we learned, right? So today is going to be about relationships. Just understanding how men and women think and how different it is, how they perceive things, how we perceive things as women. The book, I told you guys last week, we are in the book Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. And this is by John Gray. He's a Ph.D. Okay, he is a doctor, so the man knows what he's talking about. And y'all, this book, if y'all remember, the beginning of my first episode when I introduced myself, I kind of let you know that for me, growing up, relationships was like everything. Like, I just wanted me some man, baby. Okay? I really, that was what my focus was. And I'm thinking, as I'm reading this book and learning all of these things, I'm like, oh my God. If I would have known about this book, if somebody would have just sat me down, if it was a Leela Loves back in the 80s, baby, that could have told me about this, I just wondered how different things would have been, right? But, hindsight is always 50-50. I wouldn't have gone through everything that I went through that led me to this journey, that led me here. So, obviously, everything happened for a reason, and I do believe that. So understanding what makes us different, right? How do we get motivated? How are men motivated? How are women motivated? What do we need as women? What do men need? What are our values? And y'all, you will be surprised once we get into this, y'all. And it is gonna take a couple of shows. So I'm gonna do the first part today. Next week we'll get into some more juiciness. But right now we're just gonna keep it kind of just the basics, right? More of the psychology and the psyche and the needs and values, more surface stuff, right? But it definitely is going to help you with interpreting what you hear from a man, what you see from a man. And it's really going to be good, seriously. All right. Let me just tell you, give you the background on how I even found this book. Well, not found it, because I'd heard about the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. But when I first heard it, I was like, what? This is stupid. And so I literally dismissed it. I wasn't even concerned with even trying to read the cover to see what it was about, because Mars and Venus, I'm on Earth, so it's like, where are the Earth men? Okay. But so I'm sitting up, I'm talking to my dad, we're having just a great conversation. And I'm like, hey Dad, can you give me some advice about men? Because of course, I told y'all I had 3 failed marriages, okay? So I definitely want another relationship, but I don't want just another regular relationship. I want a phenomenal relationship. I want this kind of relationship where it oozes out of me. Where people like, damn, who is our man? This bitch y'all just happy and shit. That's what I want. So I'm trying to prepare me, which is why I went through the healing journey. I'm forgiving. I'm working on me because I want to come into my next relationship whole. Because I know from past situations what that's gonna do. I'm just gonna repeat the same thing. So I'm asking him, okay, Dad, what you got for me? And it was so funny because I forget exactly what he said, but he was like, no, I take that back. So what he said was, women need to let men be men, and men need to let women be women. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I literally don't know what that means because I've never not been a woman. In all of my relationships, I stayed a woman, so I don't know. So then he tried to explain further. And that's the part I was saying. I forgot what he was saying because it didn't click. I'm like, what? And so, and anybody that's ever been in a conversation with me and I'm not getting it, y'all know I'm just gonna continue to ask until it clicks. There's this thing in my brain, I can feel it. It's like a seatbelt. And then I'm like, okay, got it. But until that seatbelt is clicked, baby, I'm about to keep asking you the questions, or you're just gonna give up, okay? And that's what my dad did, right? So he tried about 2 times, maybe 3. Well, baby, down this. Well, yeah, did still don't know. Well, this. Okay, yeah, no. So then he finally said, well, go read a damn book. And he said, well, he didn't say it like that, y'all, but he was like, well, baby, doll, the best I can tell you is go get the book, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. And I was like, okay. Got you. So it took me about 2 days. Went and got it. And y'all, listen. In the introduction, that's how I always know if I'm about to read a book. And y'all ain't, okay, I ain't even gonna jump the gun. I'm gonna wait till the end, because let me just get through this. Because I just found a new book, but anyway. So listen to what this book says. It says, to improve relations between the sexes, it is necessary to create an understanding of our differences that raises self-esteem and personal dignity while inspiring mutual trust, personal responsibility, increased cooperation, and greater love. It says, as you explore these differences, you will feel walls of resentment and mistrust melting down. Opening the heart results in greater forgiveness and increased motivation to give and receive love and support, y'all. Let me tell you something. Just that first one that I said, right? Like, improve relations between the sexes. All right, so that for me right there, I, of course, ate this book up. Like, I literally could not put it down. I'm just reading every chance I get, right? It says that this book will reveal new strategies for reducing tension in relationships and creating more love by first recognizing in great detail how men and women are different. Relationships do not have to be a struggle. Only when we do not understand one another is there tension, resentment, or conflict. Right? And I'm sitting up reading this and I'm thinking about the different arguments or things that happened in my past relationships where I was just like, this is it. I'm done with this. But applying what I heard once I start reading, then I'm like, oh wow, maybe it wasn't that bad. Right? It says, not only do men and women communicate differently, but they think, feel, perceive, react, respond, love, need, and appreciate differently. I mean, isn't that like all the things that a human being could do? So there's really nothing similar except maybe like go to the bathroom. But even then, men stand, women sit, right? I mean, it's yeah, completely different. Like, oh my God. This, sorry y'all, I get so passionate, y'all. Y'all ain't even ready. I'm still in the introduction right now, baby. Okay. This expanded understanding of our differences help resolve much of the frustration in dealing with and trying to understand the opposite sex. Y'all. Y'all ready? I mean, is y'all ready? I think y'all need to just like stretch a little bit, roll your neck, cause I don't want y'all getting like whiplash. Like, what she say? Oh shit! All right. So let's just talk about some fundamental differences between men and women. Just basic shit, right? Okay. So men are from Mars. So this talks about life on Mars. Okay. So on Mars, the Martians value power, competency, efficiency, and achievement. They are always doing things to prove themselves and develop their power and skills. Their sense of self is defined through their ability to achieve results. They experience fulfillment primarily through success and accomplishment. Right? So I'm trying to see, should I go back and forth? Okay, I'm gonna just read it like how it is. All right. It says, men are more interested in outdoor activities like hunting, fishing, racing cars, interested in the news, weather, sports. They would not care less about romance novels and self-help books like your girl over here with all of the self-help books, okay? They're more interested in objects and things. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Objects and things, ladies. So make sure your objects and things are readily available if you want your man to be happy and listen to you. Give him an object or a thing. Okay. But anyway, let's move on. Okay. But remember I said that. We're gonna get to that. Okay. It says, achieving goals is very important to a Martian because it is a way for him to prove his competence and thus feel good about himself. And for him to feel good about himself, he must achieve these goals by himself. Okay? Someone else can't achieve them for him. Martians pride themselves in doing things all by themselves. Autonomy is a symbol of efficiency, power, and competence. So ladies, listen up. To offer a man unsolicited advice is to presume that he doesn't know what to do or that he can't do it on his own. So you're basically disrespecting the hell out of him. If he don't ask for no advice, then baby, just go ahead and be quiet. Go in the kitchen and boil some water. Okay, find you something to do and let that man try to figure it out until he said, baby, baby, you think you know how to help me? You think you can help me right now? And then go ahead and offer it. But unsolicited advice. And who was the unsolicited advice queen, baby, was me. Cause I got me some degrees. Now shit. Now you wanna know how to do it? Let me tell you. Hold on, move over. Let me show you how to do this shit. Move over, go sit over there. And let me just show you. Watch me. So, no wonder. Motherfucker was like, bitch, you get on my nerves. Okay. And y'all gonna be cussing just a little bit. Only because we talk about men and women. And sometimes, men me, y'all. Okay, but all right. Now let's talk about a woman. Okay. A woman's sense of self is defined through her feelings and the quality of her relationships. Okay? Venusians are more concerned with living together in harmony, community, and loving cooperation. Relationships are more important than work and technology. And I'm also tell you this too, because remember how I was like, dang, I just want me a relationship, I want a relationship. And I thought that that was a bad thing. It's not, because I'm a fucking Venusian. Hello? I'm not an earthling. I am a Venusian. And this book really tells me that I am. It literally solidifies it. And at some point, you know how they taking these damn rockets? Hey, Elon, if you're listening, can you take me to damn Venus? I want to go back home. Okay? Because this shit on here, I need me some Venusian. Okay, but y'all listen. Okay, so, because here on earth, I felt crazy, because I'm like, I need a relationship, and everybody, and then the men I meet, they're like, man, just go with the flow, like, nigga, no, where is we flowing to? The fucking sewer? Where are you flowing me to? No, okay, I'm sorry, didn't I tell you? I'm sorry, y'all might want to turn the volume down, because I get getting loud, and when I get excited, I get squeaky, y'all, I'm so sorry. All right, let me bring it down. Yes, okay. Oh yeah. So, communication is of primary importance. Did you hear that? Primary. Hey fellas, communication is of primary importance. So, if she's talking, that's because it's of primary importance to her. So, to share their personal feelings is much more important than achieving goals and success. Talking and relating to one another is a source of tremendous fulfillment. Remember how I told y'all, ever since I was little, I used to always be on the phone, because me and my girl, look, we gotta talk, now shit, what you doing, now what they say, hey baby, ooh. Okay, so yeah, okay, listen, okay. It says, women are relationship oriented. They are more concerned with expressing their goodness, love, and caring. Yeah, on Venus, everyone, listen to this, everyone studies psychology. What is my bachelor's in? Psychology, okay? And has at least a master's degree in counseling. Now, my master's is in business, but that's okay? Because considering that I did social services for 10 years and experience is equal to education according to the Human Resources Department, I got a fucking master's in counseling as well, okay? They are involved in personal growth, spirituality, and everything that can nurture life, healing, and growth. Y'all, this whole show is about this. Venus is covered with parks, organic gardens, shopping centers, and restaurants. Y'all, when is the next flight to Venus? Because who love a park? Y'all, I love parks. I literally love parks, okay? I love shopping. Restaurants, and I kind of like cooking my own food because, you know, people gonna be washing their hands and they like to talk the real food when they make it. Look, but at any rate, y'all, okay, so listen. So, when a woman tries to improve a man, he feels she is trying to fix him. He receives the message that he is broken. She doesn't realize her caring attempt to help him may humiliate him. Right? So that's the basics of this right now. Being helpful is disrespectful. Offering solutions is unloving. Right? So
you want one today.
No, because I'm telling you, this book is so good.
Like, you want one today. She's like, when is the next flight back to Venus?
I'm trying to go to Venus. The fuck?
What was that?
Why are we here? What? Oh, why? I'm not an
You gonna be on Venus by yourself? Well, on a bunch of women.
I mean, no, because Martians, They were on Mars and they saw they was like, oh shit, what's over there?
What, Martian men?
And Martians come to Venus. Martians are in Venus.
Are they men?
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to The Real Spill with Leela Loves on Exhale Radio, Sounds of Generations. How do you exhale? Well, let me tell you something. We're exhaling to understanding the differences between men and women, right? Y'all, this topic is so complex. It's so many layers, right? Y'all heard all of the differences that there is. It's basically damn near everything you could think of. Except we all have the same number of chromosomes. We all have blood. Okay, but I guess I don't need to go into that. I think you get it, right? So what I want to do is break it up into 4 subsections, right? We're going to talk about communication, which we kind of just did a little bit. But we're also going to talk about communication during conflict, which looks a lot different. We're going to talk about emotional vulnerability, because yes, men are emotional, even though they try to act like they just so hard. Maybe they emotional too, okay? And we're going to talk about love languages. And then if anyone has any other topics y'all want to throw into the mix, maybe y'all know what to do. No, it's fine. All right, just call on in, y'all. 980-383-0008. All right, so far, we learned that men are problem solvers. Men are goal-oriented, okay? They hate what, ladies? Unsolicited advice, okay? Men need to feel capable and able. Okay, yeah, that's not a word, but I'm gonna patent it. Okay, capable and able. Make your man feel able, baby. Okay, and yes, you want me to spell it? Okay, able, bubble. No, it's fine. All right, y'all. So listen, they need to figure out things on their own. So don't sit there and be trying to intervene and help, and just relax. Okay. And fellas, women are social beings. They appreciate a listening ear. They need to express their feelings, okay? They need you to be empathetic and understanding of what they are saying. So, it sounds like in both scenarios, men and women need to learn how to what? Shut the fuck up. Okay? I wonder, should I title this show Shut the Fuck Up? Because it's so important, y'all. So important. I have a shut the fuck up exercise for everyone, okay? You ready? You got your shut the fuck up hat on? Okay. So, if you are a woman, this is your exercise. This is what you're gonna practice all week. And just see how different things are, how different your man reacts, okay? It says if you are a woman, I suggest for the next week practicing restraining from giving any unsolicited advice or criticism. The men in your life not only will appreciate it, but also will be more attentive and responsive to you. Yeah, I've seen some women, and I don't know. I've seen women talk so crazy to their men. Like, oh, you just so stupid. And the man just go and he just be looking like, okay, well, what should I do then? I be like, wow, like what type of dynamic is that? But I mean, hey, if it works. Me personally, I don't want no man that I can just degrade. Like, ew. Like, I'm not gonna feel protected, turned on, none of that, okay? But at any rate, I guess whatever floats your boat. Okay, now men, this is your shut the fuck up exercise. So, I suggest that for the next week, you practice listening whenever a woman speaks, with the sole intention of respectfully understanding what she is going through. Practice biting your tongue whenever you get the urge to offer a solution or change how she is feeling. You will be surprised when you experience how much she appreciates you. Because I know for me, one thing I hated in my relationships, if I'm trying to tell you how I feel or what, whatever the case may be, if I'm talking to you and you say, oh, you shouldn't feel like that. Are you kidding me? Like, what? You about to tell me how I should feel? That is like so disrespectful and it's so dismissive, right? So guys, just shut the fuck up, okay? All right, now that we have that out of the way, anybody have any questions about the exercise? Okay, all right, so, and I get, silence can be uncomfortable. Sometimes when somebody's talking to you, and I guess for men, y'all just are problem solvers. Y'all want to be the Mr. Fix-It, and y'all just want to jump in like, oh baby, no, all you gotta do, give me the blah blah blah. Don't do it. Just sit there in that uncomfortable state, right? Because the reward that you're gonna get is understanding and acceptance. Both men and women, right? You may just you can see the solution. You can literally see, right? You can offer the help or somebody that I know very close to me, I was telling them about this book. And they were like, it was a female. And she was like, what? So I'm just supposed to sit there and just let him, she gave the scenario if they're going to the airport and they're about to be late, but she knows a certain route. Like if you turn here, we're gonna miss all this traffic. She was like, but then he's going straight. And she was like, I'm supposed to just be quiet? I was like, yeah, just be quiet and let him figure it out. She's like, but then, what if we miss a flight? What if this? What if that? And I was like, then you would deal with it or he would deal with it. But just be quiet. So it's hard for both, I guess, right? It's hard for men, it's hard for women to just really be quiet. But it's very beneficial. So, for women, so here's the thing too, guys, right? So silence when a woman is talking is welcomed. Silence if a woman is trying to get you to engage and then you don't engage, now we got a problem. Because let me tell you how women interpret that. Women think, uh-oh, is he mad at me? What'd I do? Is he upset? So now she's gonna get into a state of panic. If you're just silent, and she's like, babe, yeah, so what you think you want to eat for dinner? And you just sitting there like, so then it's like, well, damn, am I getting on his nerves? Is he, now we're going to start thinking about that. Now we want to try to figure out and fix it because we don't want our relationship to be in jeopardy. So it's a slippery slope there, guys. Rule of thumb, if she's talking, shut up. I'm sorry, that was kind of rude. If she's talking, be quiet. I'm sorry, let me keep with the theme. If she's talking, shut the fuck up. And if she wants to talk, then, then converse with her, right? And if you're not in the mood, there's a way to do that too. Just say, hey babe, I just got some things on my mind. I need a minute. That's it. Just say that to her. And ladies, if a man says that to you, babe, I just need a minute. I want to hear what you got to say, but right now I just need a minute. Ladies, give that man that minute. Give him 60 minutes. Give him however long he needs, because clearly men, so what we're going to learn later, I'm going to just give you a little sneak peek. When men go silent, a lot of times they're either probably trying to problem solve something, or they got things on their mind and they need to do that. What? By themselves. So you talking is interfering with their process. But men, you have to tell that woman that you need a moment. And everything is gonna go smooth if both parties are respecting each other and giving, are committed to giving each other what they need for the relationship, right? So it can't be one way. And I know ladies kind of, and I know because, you know, I'm a woman. I told y'all. I'm a woman. So I get wanting to be heard. But now that I know this, I get needing to be quiet when it's time. Okay? So definitely allow the silence. And don't say anything until he initiates the conversation. Okay? Go find something to do. Go take a bath. Go shopping. Grease your scalp. Do something. But leave him alone. Okay? And that's what the book say, y'all. So don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. Okay? All right. Now, let's see. Also, it says that, I kind of went into this, but I'm going to read it anyway. Maybe I missed something. It says, when a man is silent, it's easy for a woman to imagine the worst. Because the only time a woman would be silent is when what she has to say would be hurtful. Or when she didn't want him, would be hurtful, or when she didn't want to talk to a person because she didn't trust him anymore and wanted to have nothing to do with him. So no wonder women become insecure when a man suddenly stops talking, right? Because for her, she like, oh, we talk, that's what we do, you know. So now there's this fear. All right, it says women have a lot to learn about men before their relationships can be really fulfilling. They need to learn that when a man is upset or stressed, he will automatically stop talking and go to his cave to work things out. So this whole man cave thing, I thought that was just a place where men go to watch porno and shit. And, you know, and no women are, you know what I mean? I thought that was the porno cave. I mean, but I guess they're also solving problems in there. Okay. Okay. So women need to learn that no one is allowed in the cave. Okay? When you go into the cave, if you go into the cave, and the book strongly suggests that when a man goes into his cave, do not follow him, because there's going to be a dragon, and he's going to blow fire on your ass. And you're going to be crying when you come up that cave, baby. So don't go in the cave. It says they need gradually to learn that if you just let men go into their caves, after a while they will come out and everything will be fine. Right? It says, in addition, she often mistakenly assumes that if she could just ask him a lot of questions, because you know, that's what Venusians do. They just talk and they just be talking and talking. If she could just ask him a lot of questions about how he is feeling and be a good listener, then he will feel better. But this only upsets a Martian even more. She instinctively wants to support him in the way that she would want to be supported. You remember that? Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you? That's what she's trying to do, but baby, them intentions are very counterproductive, right? So both men and women need to stop offering the method of caring that they would prefer and learn the different ways that their partner thinks, feels, and reacts, right? Does that make sense, y'all? Yeah, this was like I was over here like, oh my God, all of the mistakes. Baby, I was doing all of the mistakes, everything. So just remember, ladies, never go into a man's cave or you will be burned by the dragon. That says it right here in the book, okay? Don't get burned. All right. Let's see. So, here's a scenario. Y'all listen to this. This is so comical. But when I read it, I can definitely recall situations where I did this. So, listen to this, y'all. It says, so it gives a scenario when a woman asks, what's the matter? and the man says, I'm okay, or it's okay, the woman may respond, I know something's wrong, what is it? And then the man says, I'm fine. And then the woman may respond, but you seem upset. Let's talk. And then he says, it's nothing. And then she says, I want to help. I know something is bothering you. What is it? And then he says, it's all right. And then she says, are you sure? I'm happy to help. And then he says, it's no big deal. And then she says, but something is upsetting you. I think we should talk. And then he says, it's no problem. But it is a problem. I can help, ladies. I mean, I know I've literally done this, because if you're looking at your man and you can clearly see something is wrong with them, you're gonna go into super nurturer, okay? You're gonna want him to feel better, because that's what women do, fiducians do, okay? They want to nurture, they want to talk things through, and they, right? So women need to know that when a man says, I'm okay, it is an abbreviated version of what he really means, which is, I am okay because I can deal with this alone. I do not need any help. Please support me by not worrying about me. Trust that I can deal with it all by myself, right? So when I read this part too, I thought about my son. So as my son is becoming a man, and I'm his mother, and I'm watching him do things. For him, he just wanted to be a man. He wanted to do things on his own. He wanted to, have me fall back and let him just do it. But here I am, not only am I a Venusian, but I'm also his mama. So I'm like, well, baby, no, I think you need to do this. Come on, let's write down a plan. Let's come over here. Let me, and he the whole time like cringing, like I hate you. I just want to get away from you. But I want to help, honey. I see that something is wrong, but it's y'all heard this. Y'all heard the breakdown, right? So, I feel like if women can respect that need to disconnect. It's okay to let your man have that space, right? Because according to the book, once he does that, he's gonna come back and he's gonna feel better.
Great segue, yeah. That's funny. You on one tonight. That's no, but you're hitting some shit though.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Real Spiel with Leela Love. Y'all, we are talking, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the differences between men and women. We talked about how women not just women, how both men and women need silence during certain parts of their day or process or whatever, right? So just learn to be uncomfortably silent with your partner. It goes a long way. All right, so now let's continue, y'all. So let's talk about, we briefly talked about the man in the cave and the woman needing to talk, but let's talk about what that looks like, right? So when a man is stressed, he will withdraw into his cave. He will withdraw into the cave of his mind and focus on solving a problem. He becomes so focused on solving this problem that he temporarily loses awareness of everything else. Other problems, other responsibilities is just gone. He's laser focused, getting this problem done or solved, right? Because men are naturally problem solvers, okay? He becomes increasingly distant, forgetful, unresponsive, and preoccupied in his relationship. So for women, sometimes they can look at that like, well, he ain't paying me no attention. And, oh, he must be cheating on me. Or he must, all of the things that we start being concerned with. His full awareness is not present because he is mulling over his problems, hoping to find a solution. If, however, he can find a solution, instantly he feels better. And he will come out of his cave and suddenly be available for the relationship again. However, if he cannot find a solution to his problem, then he will remain stuck in his cave. And in order to get unstuck, he is drawn to solving other little problems. Like he has to win at something, right? So he may then just start reading the news or go watch TV, drive his car, do a physical exercise, watch football, play, just something to take his mind off of the problem that he has. But he's not about to come deal with you right now, ladies. So don't say, well, he can come and talk to me. No, he cannot, okay? It has to be something that he can do on his own, all right? So how women react to that man in the cave, when this man is stuck in the cave, he's powerless to give his partner the quality attention that she deserves. And it's hard for her to be accepting of him at these times because she doesn't know how stressed he is because he's not talking to her. All she sees is that he is distant. That's all she sees, right? So if he were to come home and talk about all of his problems, then she could be more compassionate. But instead, he doesn't talk about his problems, and she feels he is ignoring her. So she can tell he's upset, but mistakenly assumes he doesn't care about her because he isn't talking to her, guys. Because women need what? To be talked to. Okay? So when a man is stuck in his cave, a woman resents his not being more open. She feels hurt when he turns on the news and goes outside to play some basketball game because she's like, damn, I'm right here. Why are you not accessing me? Like, I am here for you. And he's like, baby, I'm about to go. Bye. Find you something to do because I'm out. Right? So guys, just know, if you know that, then you can be more sensitive to your woman. And ladies, if you see that your man is going through this, you can be sensitive to what he needs too, and don't make him feel bad for doing what he needs to do for himself. Right? So each party have to respect each other's needs. That is completely important, and you have to do it. Okay? So that was the man going into his little cave, and we talked about what he needs, but now we about to shift gears because ladies need some stuff too, right? So women, when we're stressed, we find when a woman is stressed, she instinctively feels a need to talk about her feelings and all of the problems that are associated with her feelings, okay? So a woman under stress tends to expand and become overwhelmed by all of her problems. By talking about all of the possible problems without focusing on problem solving, she feels better. All she want to do is just talk about all the damn problems. She just want to talk about it. She ain't looking for no damn solution. She just want to identify all of the problems. Now, I don't know why. And I was trying, when I read this, I'm like, do I do that? So I guess somebody would have to tell me. Because I don't know that I just sit up and talk about problems. I don't think that's me. I think that's when my earth genes kick in. But I'm sure that there are, because I know men that say, she just won't shut up. She just be talking and talking and talking. So apparently it happens, right? To feel better, women talk about past problems, future problems, potential problems, even problems they have no solutions for. The more talk and exploration, they feel better. This is the way women operate, Okay? When a woman is overwhelmed, she finds relief through talking in great details about her problems. And then gradually, she feels she's being heard and her stress disappears. Now, if she feels she is not being understood, her awareness may expand even further and she may become upset about more problems. So, the best thing I can say is just let her talk, because eventually she gonna shut up. I mean, damn, how many damn problems can you have? So, you know, try to appear that you're engaged. Try to, you know, a little head nod goes a long way for a woman. A little wow, raise your eyebrow, ooh, you know, let her think that you are you're engaged and you're concerned about these problems. But don't you dare offer a solution. Just hush and let her talk, okay? So how men react when women need to talk. This is crazy, guy. Listen to this. So when women talk about problems, men usually resist. A man assumes she is talking with him about her problems because she is holding him responsible. So he already on the defensive. As soon as she open her mouth and it don't sound pleasant, he already went. He already thinks it's a problem. Martians talk about problems for only two reasons. They are blaming someone or they are seeking advice. So if she's not doing those two things, he's like, oh, this about me. If a woman is really upset, a man assumes she's blaming him. And if she seems less upset, then he assumes that she's asking for advice. So if he offers solutions to her problem, she just continues talking about more problems. So guys, what are we gonna do? Okay. All right. So when women don't feel better, then he feels his solutions have been rejected and he feels unappreciated. So now he mad at her. But she ain't even want your solutions. So why are you upset? So on the other hand, if he feels attacked, then he begins to defend himself. He thinks if he explains himself, that she will stop blaming him. And the more he defends himself, the more upset she becomes because she's not trying to blame him for anything. She's just literally talking. So do y'all see how this is so conflicting, right? So the man is sitting there like, well, shit, I'm trying to help you. And she like, but I don't want it, right? Same thing, vice versa. Women with that unsolicited advice, the woman is doing the same thing. And he don't want your advice. So it's quite interesting. So she feels supported if the listener relates to her frustration and disappointment. So some possible solutions, y'all. Something that a woman can do to make it a little easier for a man is to let him know in advance the outcome of the story and then go backwards and give the details. So you gotta start at the end. You gotta start at the end and walk your way back, because then he knows, oh, okay, she's not blaming me. This is something from whatever the case may be. So he'll be more willing to sit there and listen to the rest of the story that led up to it not being his fault. Right? So don't keep him in suspense, ladies, okay? That's for when you're talking to your girlfriends. Like women, we like that, the build up. Like, oh girl, yeah, start from the beginning. Oh yes. And what happened, right? Men don't want that. All right. And as a man learns more how to fulfill a woman and provide her emotional support, he discovers that listening is not so difficult, right? More important, if a woman can remind a man that she just wants to talk about her problems and that she does not need to have them solved in any way, it can help him relax and listen. So, ladies, here's the scenario. hey babe, I got some stuff going on. I just want you to listen real quick. That's it. Just preface it with that and see if that makes a difference, okay? And hopefully he knows to just sit there and listen, because you literally said that you just want to talk. All right. So, it says, what the Martian is going to learn is that even when they feel they are being attacked, blamed, or criticized by the Venusian, it's only temporary. Soon the Venusian will suddenly feel better and be very appreciative and accepting. By learning to listen, the Martian discovers how much Venusians really thrive on talking about their problems. Listen to this, guys. Each Martian found peace of mind when he finally understood that a Venusian needs to talk about her problems. That is not him failing her in any way. And y'all know how men always talk about, oh, be my peace. Be my peace. Well, guess what? You can facilitate that by letting her talk. Okay? And I know y'all probably shaking y'all head like, I don't want to let her talk. Fuck that shit. She talk too much. Then you don't want peace in your home. All right? And what the Venusian learns is that she finds peace of mind when she finally understands that a Martian going into his cave is not a sign that he didn't love her as much. They learn to be more accepting of him at these times because he's experiencing stress, and she understands that and is sensitive to that. All right? So I know for me, y'all, reading this book, it was like, the patio is kind of my reading spot. So I'm out there, and when I'm reading these different scenarios, like the one that we talked about earlier, I'm just cracking up because this was completely me in my relationships, just ruining them, right? But I wasn't a participant on my own. The people who I was with, they didn't know this shit too, right? They was just trying to get away because I just wanted to talk to them. I need to know what's going on. Are we good? Well, I mean, you're not, you know. So this, I feel, is really giving me the tools that I'll need moving forward in the next relationship. So.
It's good. Good segment, though.
It's good?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good segment. Yeah, it's interesting stuff. That shit hit well.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, because I'm definitely talking about stuff people can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, almost word for word how the conversation actually plays out.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Nothing. You sure? Yeah, I'm fine. And that's exactly how it goes. That's why it's so funny. Right? Because, I mean, everybody's probably had that conversation. Yeah, right? That's exactly how it goes.
I know I have, because I'm looking like...
Yeah, like, I know something wrong with you.
Did I do something? So now you're thinking
did I do it to me?
Yeah. And it's just, leave me alone.
That's why it's so
Give
funny.
me a minute.
Everybody's had that conversation.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the matter? What's wrong?
But I can see, I can help. Let me help.
Yeah.
You know I love you, right?
But I don't know. We shouldn't be.
Yo. What's up? Welcome back to The Real Spill with Leela Loves on XL Radio, Sounds of Generations. Listen, if you guys missed any of the show, be sure to check out the rebroadcast on Spotify. Just search for The Real Spill with Leela Loves. All of the episodes are up, and you can also check out the video rebroadcast on YouTube. So just go to @Leela, LEELAH _loves. All right, so you guys, how y'all like those songs? Like, first of all, Raheem Devine, if a man sings that to you, believe in me, how are you not gonna believe in him? Unless you are just a complete bitch, right? Listen to this, listen to your man And listen to the word. Now, if he's saying all that and he done brought in about 12 outside babies and he trying to just say, baby, it ain't gonna happen no more. Now that, yeah, we probably ain't gonna believe you. But, I love me some dang on Raheem Devon. Shout out to Raheem Devon. Cause baby, sing that to me. I'm gonna believe you. I shit. Now, one thing I'm gonna do is believe that man. Okay? Alright, y'all. So, fellas, hopefully you guys are listening because this is about changing behavior, changing how you view and look at your woman when she's talking to you. Look at her and just know that all she wanna do is just love on you. Okay? It may feel like cringe because you don't want her to. But when you understand that and you have that compassion for her, then you can just, be easy with her and just, give her that reassurance, right? Because that's all we need. All right. So now that we talked about, the fact that, yes, men go into their cave. Either it's a mental cave or the porn cave. One of them, right? And that women love to talk and communicate their feelings. Let's talk about how to support that. What does that look like when you're supporting your counterpart? All right? So, how to support a man in his cave. Ladies, turn up the volume to 12. Okay? Go ahead and put on the noise cancellation. I need you to hear me. All right? So, don't disapprove of his need for withdrawing, okay? Don't try to help him solve his problem by offering solutions. Don't try to nurture him by asking questions about his feelings. Don't, and this is so silly, I hope y'all ain't out here doing this. Don't sit next to the door of the cave and wait for him to come out. Okay? That's like kind of weirdo behavior. So ladies, do not sit by the door. Like, you are not a freaking German Shepherd protecting this man in his damn cave, okay? All right. Don't worry about him or feel sorry for him. Do something that makes you happy. If you need to talk and he needs his cave, write him a letter to be read later when he is out. And if you need to be nurtured, talk to a friend. Don't make him the sole source of your fulfillment. Now that's a word. So ladies, they gave some examples. If you don't know how to find you something to do, here goes some examples, okay? Read a book. Listen to music. Work in the garden. Exercise. Get a massage. Okay? Pray. Go shopping. Go to sleep. Take a damn nap. Take a bubble bath. Right? See a therapist. So many things you can do, but leave him alone. For real. And the part when I read when it said, don't worry about him or feel sorry for him, that's hard for women because we're emotional. And if we see that our man, baby, our man is bothered, then we bothered. For the most part, if we love him, right? But it's okay, ladies. He's gonna appreciate you. He's not gonna think that you don't care. And if he do try to pull some of that shit, be like, hell nah, you trying to gaslight me because I know you don't want me talking to you right now. You want to be left alone, so don't do that. That's when manipulation comes into play. Okay, so then have a conversation and then you'll really see where your man head is. But at any rate, so that's ways that ladies, you can support your man when he needs to be in his cave, okay? Allow it. Just allow it. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. All right? Now, for men, how to communicate support to a Venusian. Just like we discussed, right? When a man goes into his cave or becomes quiet, he is saying, I need time to think. please stop talking to me. I will be back. He doesn't realize that the woman may hear, I don't love you, I can't stand to listen to you, I am leaving, and I am never coming back. Y'all, literally, man, I know it sounds like you can't be serious, but for real, women, we're that extreme, right, ladies? If you walk away, I remember that was one of my pet peeves. If I'm talking to you, you don't walk away. Like, I done got into some fights with men. Like, what? Don't you? Just stand right here. You gotta listen to me. And baby, then the next thing I know, we done got into a damn fight. Because if you walk away, to me, that's like, it's over. Shit. Don't ever call me again. Lose my number, motherfucker. Because you walking away, that means you don't care about me. That means you don't care how I'm feeling, and I don't want to deal with it. So, when a man pulls away, a woman appreciates. Men, this is what you can do. Listen now, fellas. Okay, turn the music down. All right, turn the porn off. Okay, you want to watch the last little part? All right, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Is it good? Okay. Now pause it. Alright guys, you ready? This is important, guys. Alright. So, a woman appreciates when you say out loud, not in your head, okay? I need some time to think about this. I will be back. Or, I need some time to be alone. I will be back. Right? So, do you hear the theme? I will be back. That goes a long way, and women need to hear that. We need to hear that, okay, you just stepping away, but you're going to come right back. Okay? You back here? Okay? So, women greatly appreciates this reassurance. If a woman felt abandoned or rejected by her father, now, y'all remember I told you I had a rocky start with my dad. So this was me. If a woman felt abandoned or rejected by her father, or if her mother felt rejected by her husband, then she, the child, will be even more sensitive to feeling abandoned, right? So my mom and dad divorced, and my dad wasn't around as much. So who was feeling abandoned was me, which is why don't you walk away from me. Don't you dare. Think about it, right? And for this reason, she should never be judged for needing this reassurance. So it's about being sensitive to your mate. If you really love somebody, you're going to be sensitive to what they went through, right? I know a guy, he had a really bad relationship with his mom, right? And so he displayed certain types of behavior, but because I knew that he and his mom had a bad relationship, then I understood where this tension or where this, sometimes he would just be kind of an asshole, right? But it's because his mom didn't nurture him. So in that relationship, I had to be overly nurturing, which was exhausting, which is why it just didn't work out, right? Because shit. No, I can nurture a motherfucker, but baby, I can't be your mama and your woman. Now shit, which one do you need? But the whole idea is just understanding and being sensitive, right? So when a woman is less wounded, which is now that I am less wounded, I have my badge, I have my little pin that I wear, that my healing pin, by her past, and if she understands a man's need to spend time in her cave, then her need for reassurance will be less. You won't have to do it as much. You can just be like, babe, you already know. And she'll be like, oh, okay, then I'm about to go get my nails done. Voila. Right? When a woman complains, he hears blame. Many men don't understand that Venusians need to share upset feelings with the people they love. And I know for me, I don't really talk to a lot of people because I have certain people that I talk to is what I'm trying to say, right? And I have to trust you in order to give you that deep side of me. I'm not about to just share my feelings with anybody. And I know it's people out there, they just be talking about all kind of stuff. I'm like, why would you tell me this? Like, what? Right? But they're that comfortable. They need to talk. And I sit there and I listen. But with practice and awareness of our differences, women can learn how to express their feelings without having them sound like blaming. Y'all hear that word, practice. Practice. Remember, this is the thing. Everything that we talked about so far is practice. The more you do it, it just becomes you. And then you don't have to think about it, right? Those atomic habits, 1% every day, you're just getting better and better. So definitely practice this, y'all. To reassure a man that he is not being blamed, when a woman expresses her feelings, she could pause after a few minutes of sharing and tell him how much she appreciates him listening, right? So ladies, you could be like, talking and say, ooh, I'm sure glad I can talk about this to you. It sure feels good to talk about it. I'm feeling so relieved that I can talk about this to you, right? So just give him that reassurance. It's interesting how different men and women are, but how similar the needs are that we have, right? We both need silence at times, and we both need reassurance. Isn't that interesting? We're so different, but we have similar needs. Think about that. All right? It's about understanding, respecting, and supporting your mate. And really, it don't even have to be your mate. Just the men and women in your life, right? So this can relate to, like I said, some of the stuff I was relating it to my son. You know what I mean? Things that I didn't consider because I'm a woman and I was his mom. Oh, am his mom. But giving him that respect that he wanted or and needed, right, and deserved. He didn't need me trying to tell him what he needs to do. He needed me to trust that he was gonna make the right decisions, right? We are on the last few minutes. Let me just give y'all something. Y'all know I gotta give you something from psychology today because what? Who is a Venusian? Baby, I told you. All right. So listen, according to psychology today, when you take things personally, you allow many issues to consume your well-being. This way of thinking exhausts your energy, creates lots of stress and anxiety. So the amount of suffering we experience is proportional to our sense of self-importance. Our ego makes us feel like we're the center of attention. When we are attached to our ego, we create our own prison. So once we let go of our ego, we enhance our level of well-being, right? So I needed y'all to know that because an ego can ruin a lot of things, right? Because we're holding on to our ego and we, you ain't gonna be talking to me like that or you gonna listen to me, right? Because we feel that we're the center of the universe when really we're not, right? Everyone has a right to their own autonomy. Even in relationships, you should be an individual, right? But you're together living as one and supporting each other, but don't ever lose yourself in relationships, all right? How y'all feeling out there? Y'all feeling like empowered? Like Y'all feeling like y'all can really, support and communicate better? I know for me, just reading these, and we might be halfway through this book. That's why I said I know next week we're gonna have to pick it up, and then we'll finish off this topic. But so dope. Be sure to do your homework. You remember the shut the fuck up exercise, guys? I need everyone to participate, okay? For the entire week, okay? And I want a short paragraph of how you shut the fuck up and how you felt doing it and what was the outcome. All right, I want you all to submit your submissions on my YouTube channel and I will grade it. Okay, no, I'm just playing. I told y'all my mama was a school teacher, so shout out to my mama. Okay. All right, so listen. Just a quick recap. Communication and support your partner, right? Control your tongue. If anybody's out there struggling and y'all it's hard to just be quiet, just continue to play this, listen to the rebroadcast. And I just remember Leela said shut the fuck up. And remember to practice, because all this stuff is learned behavior. So listen, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to check out the rebroadcast on Spotify and YouTube. And I think that's pretty good, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go for the day. Leela loves you. Take care.